Hey guys, it's Joy here and welcome to my March 2025 reset routine. Today we are going to be reflecting on all of the goals that I set in February and ranking how I did with all of those and setting some goals for March. So let's get started. So I have my iPad and we are about to get into the goals that I set in February and see how I did. So the first goal I had in February was a fitness goal of doing fitness 3 times a week. And I'm gonna give this a 2 stars because I did go to the gym a few times, but it was nowhere, I don't think I did 3 times a week, maybe once a week I did. So it wasn't nothing, but definitely wasn't where I really want to be. I also put in here clean eating and meal prepping on Sundays. I'm gonna give this a 2 stars as well because we definitely did focus on going to the grocery store more. I know when I was at the office, I did focus on doing healthier options, but we did end up doing some takeout a few times, so I definitely want to avoid a lot of that in March. I deleted the DoorDash app because it just got out of control, so I actually did delete that. I know we talked about that last month a little bit, so I deleted DoorDash, Uber Eats. I still have Instacart because I can still make good choices on Instacart. It's like DoorDash, there's no healthy options really. The next goal I had was a financial goal, and it was to pay off my credit cards. And I'm gonna put 2 because I did pay towards it, but it's not paid off. I think the hard part about credit cards is when you're also spending money and then you're also paying it off, you kind of have to meet that threshold where you can put a big chunk of money to it. So hopefully next month I am tracking towards that a little bit more. Then for my wedding stuff, I'm going to talk about this in a really big chunk, not to overexcite, because for wedding stuff, I am going to give most of this a red. So booking the wedding date, red, save the dates, a red, and officiant booking, red. All of those things get a red because we don't have our date yet. Hopefully in March we do get our date. Essentially there's just a booking delay because of the specific venue we want. Because of the nature of the venue, they don't have their calendar for 2026 open, which is so scary because it's a destination wedding. We want to give people time to plan their travel, plan all of those things, and not having a date is holding everything up. So we don't have that yet. As far as the budget finalized, I'm gonna give this a 3 stars because we did have a budget meeting with our wedding planner via Zoom, and she kind of went over the options for venues and the typical costs. And then I really went through the budget that I had made and put the realistic numbers of how much everything is gonna cost and kind of start to break down where that money is gonna come from, etc. So that's the only thing from wedding stuff that gets a 3 stars. Then we have some of my business items. So for content creation, I have post to YouTube 4 times. This gets a yellow because I posted it 1 time. I didn't post 4 times. And to me, a red would be posting 0 times. So I still put effort in this area. I'm gonna give myself some grace. 12 time posting to Reels, TikTok, and Shorts. I did 3 posts, I think. So I can't give myself grace on that one because that's not even once a week. So that's gonna get a red. 4 times podcast. I am going to give this a orange because the podcast did go up twice, and I think when I set this goal, I forgot that for the Melanin and Miles podcast, which is the travel podcast I host with my best friend, we're doing every other week on Tuesdays. So if I would have set this goal right, it would have been a green because we did have 2 podcast episodes go out less in February. And then for Joyful Bee, schedule emails and SMS every Wednesday. I'm gonna give this a red because I did not do it every Wednesday. While I did have emails and text messages go out, I didn't do the part of the goal, which is just having a habit of every week going in there and doing that marketing task for my business. So now we're gonna get into March goals. A lot of my March goals are going to be the same because I'm trying to build like consistent habits month over month. And I think when you're setting goals, you can remember that like you don't have to have new goals every month, especially if you're building toward a big annual goal. So things that I'm going to keep on here is fitness 3 times a week. And that includes, I'm doing this like push-up challenge where I'm trying to work up to doing 50 push-ups in a day. So in February, I was focusing on like 10 push-ups. So I think every week in March, I'm gonna go like 20, 30, 40, 50. So I'm gonna push by end of month. And then other than that, I'll figure out my fitness mix. I'm thinking it's gonna be 1 day a week in the office, 1 day a week at a class, and 1 day a week at home. So that is going to be the health goal. Along with health goals, I'm going to continue the clean eating goal, but I think the goal is going to be a little bit more specific. So it's going to be like Sunday grocery store run for healthy meals. So making sure like every Sunday we restock so that we're not feeling the need to order out. Next, let's get into some of the other goals I want to set. So for financial goals, I really want to think about how I'm going to pay my credit card and also just think about more like allocating money towards the wedding. So I'm gonna do like allocate funds to wedding deposits. So that's gonna be like the financial goals. And by funds, I also mean like work bonus, all of that stuff. And then also for financial goals, I want to keep like our food spending down. So I think I'm gonna do 400 food budget. So I'm gonna move this one up a little bit because that kind of goes with the grocery and healthy eating. And then we have the allocating funds for wedding as far as like a financial goal. When I think about, I do want to pay towards my credit card, but I'm not gonna set that as a financial goal because I got it down a lot last month. So I think I'm gonna be on a good track by not reminding myself to do that. And the reason I'm not writing it down is that like, I think in a month, if you have too many goals, it can get overwhelming. So that's kind of why I want to limit what I put on this list. So a lot of the wedding goals are going to be the same as last month. So I need to book wedding venue, book welcome party venue. I need to save the dates. And then a new goal for the wedding is going to be the wedding deposits, but that's already in a money goal. So it's going to be like the money goal is allocating the funds for the deposits, but actually booking vendor deposits. So I'm going to book major vendor deposits. So that's things like photo and video, things like, yeah, anything that's major like that. And then all of these are weddings, so let me mark those as wedding. And I think this is good for the wedding goals. Let me just make sure. Okay, cool. And then let's get into the business goals. So I think for my hair care business, Joyful Bee, it's going to be like marketing Wednesdays. So Wednesdays is the day I want to be able to focus on email and text marketing. that's the same as last month, but I'm just kind of rephrasing it so it can motivate me a little bit more. And then for my content creation, I'm gonna have some of the same goals. So I have 2x podcast, which will be for Melanin and Miles. Then I'm gonna do 2x YouTube. I set a 4x goal, but I think realistically I need to ramp up. So I'm gonna do 2x YouTube. So this will be the first video, and then I just need one more video. So that will be for Joyway Media. And then I also want to do 8 times short form. So that's things like TikTok, Reels, Shorts. That's 2 times a week for short form. So I think the difference between last month and this month is like setting a little bit more realistic goals. They're still reach because I have not reached those goals yet. Like, I'm not doing those things consistently, but it's not so big of a goal that I feel like it's far away and I'm not gonna reach it anyways. So I'm feeling pretty good about these goals for the month. I have my health goals, which is all about just being active 3 times a week and eating more healthy with focusing on grocery store runs over ordering. And then I have that food budget, and then I have all my wedding goals, and then some business goals. So let me know in the comments down below what are the goals you have for March. I'd love to hear about it and see if we can help you break that down into an actionable goal so it's not so far away. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.